Spaghetti-O. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And Tyson Fury verbally agree to a fight to conclude the trilogy. Fury, Wilder, Wilder, Fury 3, however you want to say it. While Dazn is still begging Wilder to swallow his pride and step aside. We'll talk about that in this here video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you love what I'm doing, you can show that with a simple like. You know, there's other ways to donate. Also subscribe to the channel. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments. We got some breaking news. Looks like Tyson Fury and Wilder have verbally agreed to a fight. Tyson Fury's American broadcaster ESPN just posted this. This is 28 minutes ago. Hot off the presses. Let me click on it. It's from someone named Ben Baby at 5:39. You guys should see it on the screen. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury verbally agreed to a fight again July 24th in Las Vegas, sources say. Right? After an arbitration ruling that halted the negotiations between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, Fury and Deontay Wilder have now verbally agreed to terms on a third fight. Multiple sources confirmed to ESPN. The fight tentatively scheduled for July 24th, with a site in Las Vegas to be determined, according to a source familiar with the negotiations. An alternate date targeted for this fight is August 14th. ESPN Mark's Kriegel reported earlier on Thursday. Top Rank's Bob Arum told ESPN he expects the contracts to be signed in the coming days. Purses are split 60-40 for this trilogy fight in Fury's favor. So Fury's getting the lion's share for winning the last one, even though some people feel he cheated. This week, an arbitrator ruled that Fury was contractually obligated to give Wilder a rematch. After the two men fought to a draw in 2018, Fury picked his 7th round TKO in the last fight. After the arbitrator's ruling, Arum indicated that the plan was to fight Wilder instead of paying him step-aside fees to maintain the idea for Joshua undisputed title. Fury tweeted, "I'll smoke Wilder first, then you will get yours as well," to Joshua. Joshua holds 3 of the belts, yada, yada, yada. Neither Wilder nor Fury have fought since 2012 February. Wilder's manager, Shelly Finkel, declined to comment. So there you have it, folks. Now, the demise of old media is among us. I will have you know that despite these findings, despite all these rulings and all the information I've provided and continue, that's why you got to follow my channel for the latest and greatest. I try to provide you guys with that heat, that accuracy. Despite all of this, you still have British boxing fans or fans that have been lied to or old media fans who still somehow think Wilder is going to step aside and allow for Fury Joshua, which I've told you on my channel, Ego Stradamus, the great Ego Stradamus, strikes again. Wilder won an arbitration. They spent money, took the risk, battled Fury and his people, Frank Warren, Top Rank, Bob Arum, and won. Why on earth would you surmise that Wilder, after beating them in court and potentially stagnating his career while you were, neither guy really fought, even though Tyson Fury lied again, said he was going to fight December 5th in a homecoming fight in London, which never manifested. Now you guys understand, which is what I told you. Fury says, oh, it just didn't work out, so we're not doing the December fight. Now you guys see why. Ego Stradamus continues to strike. So why would Wilder win an arbitration just to give up the verdict he received, which was in his favor, and step aside? Meanwhile, you have Dazn, as you guys see, Dazn says, quote, "I would swallow my pride and step aside." That's what I would have done if I were Wilder. Well, you're not Wilder. And you actually didn't have, Sergio Mora didn't have punching power in his whole career like Wilder. So we don't care what you would have done. Why is Wilder looked at as the bad guy for wanting to be a true competitor and go out on his shield if he has to by fighting the guy who just beat him? Wilder literally has one loss, and people are saying he did something wrong because he's seeking revenge. Boxing, for some of y'all trying to make it a weird place, but we'll just make sure that you don't have a place at this table. You know, we talk about real boxing. There's nothing wrong with the man improving, getting knocked down, getting back up. He fired people on his team because he was trying to go out the warrior way. So if this is what he's choosing, everybody should be supportive of it. That's how I could tell some of you guys have never done, like I've rapped and some of you guys play sports, but I could tell a lot of the old media losers is loser talk. They've never played sports. They have never competitively done anything because they're telling Wilder, don't have faith in yourself. Don't, try to get some get back and get that respect back. They're just saying, hang it up, pack it in, let Fury Joshua happen, which is ignorant to say the least. Bad news, the Dazn curse continues. Dazn promoter Eddie Hearn has lied to you and told you that Joshua Fury was happening. Tyson Fury himself, Joshua, everybody involved with that situation, Dazn, they all instigated this, got fans' hopes up. Tyson Fury even had shirts available. He had shirts available that he posted on his website saying Joshua Fury undisputed. Now we know that's not happening. So they're mad at this man, Deontay Wilder, and I think we know why. They know the power this man possesses. They know that he's focused. They know he's made some tweaks to his team, added people, given people more responsibilities. They know he's focused, and I believe we're going to see the rebirth. So that's really the latest. Tyson Fury and Wilder have agreed, and they're targeting July 24th. But if they agree, it can happen before September 15th, basically. And here's the other thing. Despite all the people who were acting like somehow, some way, Joshua Fury was still going to happen. Even if you follow my video, the WBO put a show cause notice out to Eddie Hearn. They were still saying, oh, I hope Eddie gets this sorted. There's nothing to sort. Wilder and Fury is next. Exactly what I told you. You just refused to listen. I have never seen boxing fans so thick and thick-skulled to the point where they were so stubborn that they were stubbornly clinging. What don't you understand? Bob Arum did interviews for the Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez press conference. He says, we're not paying Wilder, step aside. Wilder's next. We got to get him out of the way. Yet and still, Dazn, they're trying to beg Wilder to step aside and what you would have done if you were him. None of that matters. Dazn needs to worry about their schedule. What can you provide? Because you're not providing Joshua Fury. So what is going to be the next big fight on Dazn? That's what they should be worried about instead of worried about what Wilder's doing. Wilder, he stuck to his guns and he won fair and square. He beat him in court, and now he's trying to beat him in the ring and collect what he feels is his and gain that respect. That should be celebrated by everyone. Man, it's looking real bad for old media right around these times. It's looking real bad. Wilder, we knew he was a knockout artist and he had punching power, but he knocked out several people with this power move. He really did. He knocked out a lot of people with this power move. They tried to abandon him, try to move on without him, and the arbitrator said, you got to be quicker than that, and here we are. People could say whatever they want. Oh, I would have stepped aside. Wilder should still step aside. It's over. Face it. Wilder versus Fury, they verbally agreed. That's the next order of business. If you have so much faith in Fury, then you should just buckle up for a good fight, and whatever happens after that will happen after that. But this is the next order of business. Now, the last thing I will say is this. If you honestly believe the mediation arbitration came to a close on Monday, and shout out to the Honorable Judge Weinstein. On Monday, he rendered his verdict and says Wilder is owed a third fight. And by Thursday, midday, you see Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have verbally agreed to fight again July 24th. So in a matter of days from the arbitration ruling, do you think they really negotiated? Of course not. If you believe that, then you're probably one of the dumbest people. The bottom line is Fury, he lied to you. He posted that video on Sunday knowing that he would likely lose the arbitration, and he still teased and taunted fans. That's the reality of it. So you mean to tell me the arbitration came out on Monday and they got a deal in 4 days? They've verbally agreed in 4 days, but then when it was Tyson Fury, Joshua, they were talking about 1 more week, mate. Month after month, they kept pushing it out. 1 more week, mate, 1 more week. Eddie Hearn, Dazn, the fans that believed it, y'all got played. Just admit it, you got played. Tyson Fury and his team knew what was up. They knew this was coming. Again, unless you believe that Tyson Fury and his team just did a deal with Wilder in a trilogy in a matter of 3 days, 4 days, because the arbitration just came out and then boom, they've already verbally agreed, breaking news. So Tyson Fury knew behind the scenes what it was, and he still baited a lot of y'all and toyed with y'all into believing that he was going to be fighting Joshua, and you fell for the mousetrap. Wilder Fury 3, breaking news. Tried to tell you, Ego Stradamus strikes again. We working.